Bethel Park, welcome to another edition of the Citizen of the Year Award 2020 mask version. We are here in the midst of COVID-19, and to the folks that are here, I obviously want to apologize. This is where we're at in 2020. I think a year probably everybody wants to forget, but we're here to really celebrate and remember somebody in Sid West who's going to receive this award. And when we started this award out, it was to be awarded to one person in each town, St. Clair and Bethel. And there's been now a couple years that we've had to award multiple because of situations. The one year was the flooding, as you guys all remember, and now this year with COVID. And Sid, I'm going to talk about all the things that she did. And Dana Walker, who is here with us today, she did, in fact, nominate Sid for this award, and thank you for doing that. So I'd like to get started and give you the recognition that you so deserve. Sid was born and raised in Bethel Park, married to Steve, and also Steve was a Bethel guy all his life as well. They have 5 children: Richard, Drew, Megan, Travis, and Stephen, and 4 grandchildren: Cole, Ryder, Brock, and Maddie. Now, Sid did graduate from Bethel Park in 1976. Sid has owned her business, Sid West Comfort Catering, for over 20 years. And she works out of the library fire hall. And I've been to many events and functions there, and the food is outstanding, as everybody knows. I know she's so famously at the Bounty, the Bethel Bounty, every year. And over the years, she's been associated with many booster organizations as well. South Park Scouts, football, soccer, Boroughs and Townships Police Association, where she is beloved. I can tell you because I'm a life member, and I talk to all those guys, and everybody loves Sid. In March 2020, during COVID, Sid helped to prepare meals for those in need for weeks. She helped with donations of kindness to local businesses and citizens through the fire hall and through Sid's hard work and Steve's help. Weeks turned into months, and she served roughly 10,600 meals. That's incredible over a 10-week period. These were well-balanced meals, too, for kids and adults. And she would post a meal of the day at the library and on Facebook sites. And they distributed 400 meals on average every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, distributing to Bethel Park, McMurray, and several other communities as well. And one of Sid's famous lines, which I love, is, "What goes around comes around." So always remember, if you have a chance to share your talents and help when you can, and always be kind, because life is a precious gift, and we all have something to bring to the table. And that's so sweet and so kind, and I think it really speaks to Sid and her wonderful attributes as a person. So Sid, if you'd please come on up here and join me. And if you guys would like to give Sid a round of applause. I do, and I'm going to call upon some of our officials. We have our illustrious mayor here. But Sid, congratulations for being the Citizen of the Year. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And we have a few things here for you. We have a citation from the Special Judges of Pennsylvania for outstanding citizen. Okay.
Thank you.
We have a senatorial citation from Senator Iovino
Oh,
for you. And that's going to state most of what I said here today.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. We have a citation from the House of Representatives, from Representative Mihalik for you.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. And we also have somebody else to prepare you a meal. Delala's Restaurant wanted to give you a certificate to have dinner with them at their fine establishment. And Tony sends his best. And we always want to thank Delala's for doing that. That's so nice of them.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, and you're wonderful.
Oh, jeez.
And so at this time, I'd like if you want to set that stuff down and say a few words to the folks gathered here who love you and cherish your
Wow.
friendship.
Thank you all for being here. I'm not usually at a loss for words, but anyway, I'm very, very honored. There's no I in team in what we did without the help of everybody, whether it would be clients, residents, my girls, the fire hall, my husband. It just wouldn't have worked, but it did, and we were very proud of what we did. And like I said, what does go around comes around. And I love our community, born and raised here, raised our family, and we're not going anywhere. And we're very proud of Bethel Park, and thank you.
Oh, that's
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve, would you like to come up and say a few words on behalf of your family and your wife?
Wasn't expecting this. We are very proud, both the West family and the Sleens. Sid has been a very giving person. Her mother even said from a small child, so this does not surprise me one bit at all. And we appreciate it.
God
Thank
bless
you very much.
Maria. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on up here, Mayor. The Mayor Allen, Bethel Park, his honor. I'm sure, I know you appreciate what Sid has done, and I know you've known her for a long time as well.
I have.
And what would you like to say?
So, yeah, I mean, I've known Sid since I was a council person in Ward 2. And so she's being recognized today for Citizen of the Year, and we'll be recognizing her in a little bit over an hour for the act of kindness that she does. And so we appreciate everything that you do for Bethel Park.
Well, I appreciate you and everybody do. I really do. This really means so much to me. I thank you all so much.
Tell.
Thanks, Mayor.
And keep up those carrots.
Yeah, the carrots.
I do want to mention too, I spoke with President Tim Mallory a little earlier. He was planning on making it, but he couldn't unfortunately make it today. Andy, would you like to come up and say a few words?
For Sid, anything.
I know Andy and Sid, they've been cahoots for a long time too.
Sid and I have worked as a team for, I don't know how many years.
A long time.
Yeah, so years and years. But, from all the organizations that I'm proud to be a part of, from the Community Foundation, Education Foundation, the Police Meritorious Awards, all of them, Sid is always there, no matter what we ask for in the community. She's the first one, oh, I could do that. So she never says no. So I am thrilled to death for you to have this honor. It means a lot. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks,
you very
Andy. And
much.
Tom's going to come up and say a word or two, I'm sure, because we have our wall of fame here at the district court, and you are etched in it along with Andy and Tom and some of the other recipients. And Andy and Tom will usher you out and show you in a minute. But Tom,
Okay.
did you want to say anything?
Just welcome to the club.
Oh, thank you.
It's the Heisman, like
Yes,
the Heisman.
yes. Community service, I've been involved in it for many years and says a lot. It means a lot to others, says a lot about you as a person.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you've done for the citizens of Bethel Park.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
It's
And
our
Dana, as the person as the
Well-
person who nominated Sid, anything you want to say, if you want to come up, or say it from there. I know you're shy.
I'm very proud to work for her, but I'm even prouder to have her as a friend. She is a wonderful woman.
Well,
Thank you, that's so sweet.
I would just also like to say that I have the most phenomenal team, but also friends and part of our family. And Dana, you know how I feel. I do. You talk about a good person. That's another one sitting right over there. So I love
And
you.
as another representative of the municipality of Bethel Park and our manager, Lawrence, would you like to come up and say a couple words?
Just briefly.
Yes.
It's finally great to actually put a name with a face. Over the last several months, I know, you know, we're working with Cindy Litzenberger.
Yes.
And so the name has been thrown out there dozens of times, and the meal count kept getting more and more.
Okay, go ahead.
And so as we had our own food drive, mass drive, just trying to help our residents over time and space, it was really great to kind of hear those names over and over and over again. And yours is one that just was at the top of the list, day in and day out.
Well,
And so we cannot thank you enough for what you do.
Well,
It is
thank
it is
you.
part of the heart and soul, and you represent that one here in Bethel Park.
And speaking of Sid Litzenberger, we met up with each other when, not in elementary, but in middle school. And Sid at that time, our name, it was unusual then. And I'm Sid with a C. My mother kind of made her own spelling with spelling Sid Charisse and, you know, doing her own creative work. But Sid was spelled correctly. So we were known as Sid with a C and Sid with an S. And we graduated together, and we've been friends for a long time, and another good, very good person.
That's awesome.
Hi there.
Hi there.
I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetie.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome, everybody, from Bethel Park TV, and once again, I want to thank Dave Cable and Bethel BPTV for all the great stuff they do and cover over the course of the year for Bethel Park and its citizens. Thank you, and thanks to the Bethel Park Council and Mayor for supporting BPTV. Today, we're here once again to do the Citizen of the Year Award, and you know, we talked a little earlier about this year, and this is the second year in like 5 years that we've had 2 representatives for the award. And the one year was because of the floods, and this year was because of the COVID and having to help a lot of families in need. That's what Sid West did. And of course, today here we have Jimmy Gaskeb, who was nominated by Jack. And, you know, we're going to let you all have a few words at some point here soon. But I did want to, I'm not going to introduce everybody right now. I'm going to have you all come up and say a couple words. So without further ado, I am going to get started. And I also do want to thank Harry Funk from the Almanac. He always covers this so well in our communities. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank Heather from my staff here at District Court that really supports and does so many things for me and for the District Court. So thanks, Heather. First of all, Jim Gaskeb, he has been a lifelong resident of Bethel Park and a graduate of Ohio University with a bachelor's in arts and business administration. Now, before I go too far into Jim Gaskeb, I do want to talk a little bit about his family, and that's why he is who he is today. He has a wonderful family. You know, his father, a Marine, his mom, just wonderful people, and all his brothers and sisters. And what a great family, and I think really that's where he gets to be the person that he is because of all of them. And I did want to take the opportunity to say that. So Jimmy, you know, he's been all up and down around the community for so many years. He worked actually in consumer packaging goods for over 27 years. And recently worked with Kimberly Clark Consumer Products. And now currently he's the Vice President of Retail Operations for Pasta 2 Italian Restaurant. And I know Ray, I've talked to Ray, and he has stated that spaghetti sauce sales are soaring through the roof, so Jimmy's doing a good job. He oversees all the sales and marketing for that venture. Jimmy also is the chair of the Bethel Park Board of Recreation Leisure Services and the president of the Bethel Park Field Coalition. And let me tell you, that's no easy task, as the mayor and many of you know, because everybody's fighting for a field. And Jimmy does a great job at that. He's been a long-term coach and member of the Bethel Park Junior Football, along with Joe Scarella, who's here today. And I can tell you and assure you, because I've coached alongside him at some points through the years, and he loves the kids, and he's done such a great job to mentor and help so many kids and families. And I always preach about how important sports are to our community and to kids. And these programs are really the backbone of what brings about discipline through teamwork and effort. And Jimmy, you're such a big part of that. He also served as a coach for the Bethel Park High School as the assistant coach in 2008 when they won a WPIL championship, and also the state runner-up that year. He's involved in numerous projects for fundraising through the recreation improvement, and the director of the annual Pasta 2 Rev Up for Kids mega car cruise, which Harry and I were just talking about earlier. And what a great community event that is. And it's enjoyed by people all over the whole area and talked about. And it raises so much money for Bethel Park Recreation. And I know Pasta 2 and yourself worked so hard at putting that event together. And again, that just gives so much back to the kids in the community. And Jimmy, that's really what you're all about. So at this time, if you please come on up here and join me. Let's give Jimmy a round of applause. I'm just sitting right here. Sure. And I'm going to bestow this honor upon you as a Citizen of the Year. And in addition to that, we have a citation from the Special Court Judges. In recognition, you've been awarded the Outstanding Citizen of the Year as our citizen for Bethel Park. And in addition to that, I have a citation from the Pennsylvania Senate on behalf of Senator Iovino, and it reads certainly some of the things that we just described and all that you've done for the community. And from the House, Representative Mihalik. By the way, they both would have been here today, except for they're very busy in Harrisburg, fighting for the people and doing much work that needs to be done. But this is a citation from the House of Representatives from Representative Mihalik. And a little competition, the Lalo's Restaurant, they every year they've seen what we do here and they partnered with us. And so they wanted you to enjoy.
Are they gonna let me go in though?
Oh, I think so. So, hey, Jimmy, and thanks to Tony, that he does that. But Jimmy, I'd like, if you could, that you say a few words about the bestow of the award upon you and whatever you want.
Great. Well, first off, thank you very much, Judge. What a great honor this is. I'm very humbled by it. Thank you very much. First and foremost, I know you talked about my family, and I'm fortunate that I have the family that I do have. And one of the things that I was taught a long, long time ago as I was growing up was to always do more. Don't just do what's expected of you, but always strive to do more. So I took that into my adult life and really carried that on. So a lot of the things that you talked about is a part of what I learned when I was a young toddler. So very proud of that. I might have been the quarterback to a lot of the things that you had mentioned project-wise, but it certainly wasn't a one-man team. I have some friends here today. It can't be done without the volunteers, and we had so many of them over the years. Endless hours and just everything you can imagine from a sacrifice perspective. So thank you for all the volunteers, municipal council and staff. Again, it can't be done without the support. Sponsorships, especially Pasta 2, our gold sponsor. Special thanks to Ray. So just very humbled by this award and glad to live in Bethel Park.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. At this time, we'd like, I guess, for the mayor, if you would, to please, just if you come up and say a few words. I know you've run into Jimmy and
Actually, I've never met him before.
Yeah.
and Vince, so if the mayor would like to say a few words.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that I've known Jim for quite a long time, and when the judge talked about, of course, he's been doing a terrific job on our recreation board, and when he does field assignments, I've been around a while, and field assignments were probably the worst thing that would come across every spring, so that's all under control, and we appreciate what you do in Bethel Park.
Thank you, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And, next, Andy, I know, gosh, you've partnered with Jimmy and the Gaskebs on many different occasions, and if you'd like to.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
Jimmy.
Andy. Appreciate it.
Andy's
Yeah.
obviously a past recipient, as well as
Absolutely.
Tom, and Andy, go ahead if you'd like to
No,
say.
and just on behalf of all the different foundations in our community that I'm associated with, and your help is, just indispensable to us. So thank you for everything you do for Bethel Park. We're a better place, a better community for residents like
Thank
you.
you, and you likewise. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. And Tom, obviously being a past recipient, and he's gonna, Tom and Andy are gonna escort you all out to the, oh, there's Ray, better late than ever, Ray. He's gonna escort you out to the Wall of Fame, but we'll let Ray come up in a minute. But go ahead, Tom.
I just want to say thank you for all you do with the youth. I know that you have an effect on them that will go with them the rest of their lives. There's so many lives that you have affected. Thank you very much for all you've done.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tom. That's so nice. It's the reason why I call each of these people up when we bestow this honor, because each of them have so much, such a nice statement, something to say that adds to this and to your honor. So, Jack, who did actually nominate you, if you'd like, Jack, to say.
Yeah, thank you. Judge, I was just thinking, because I was glad that you mentioned Jim's family. And just a quick story, I worked for Bud, his father. And I was thinking at the Eaton Park at South Park, 1971, I just got out of service. Didn't know Bud's relationship to the Marines and military, but as through the interview, I was thinking, I don't know if I'm, gonna. And at the end, I had a letter of accommodation from my commanding officer, and I showed it to Bud, and he hired me. And I know to this day, that's why he hired me. So it relates back his family, Judge, to Jimmy, what he does. And I think in a letter I mentioned to you, please don't show him that letter, because I went on to say, he's tough to work for.
Yep.
But it's in a good way.
I got it from my dad.
That's why I was glad the judge brought up it. At the meeting, he'd say, we have 30 guys there or whatever, and he'd say, Jack, I need 3 golf carts. Well, Jim, I can get 2. I don't care, I need 3, and on them. It was in the letter, I think.
Yes, it was.
So it's in a good way he gets things done, and I'm proud to be a friend of
Thank
yours,
you.
and especially your father, too.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And Lawrence, would you like to say a few words on behalf of the municipality?
Absolutely.
And our president, Tim Maurer, couldn't be here.
Yes.
He was gonna be here, but he had gotten tied up with something.
Yeah, he definitely sends his regrets, and thank you so much. First and foremost, when I got here, one of the first names I encountered was the Gas Cab name. And I'm like, this is interesting. Their name, their tradition, they're woven into the very fabric of Bethel Park. And everything from the recreation board. We have 2 gas cabs on staff of the municipality. They are incredible additions to the team. And so having seen this award today, it just goes to show of the selfless service that you do every single day. And we are so grateful to have you for that, and we're so appreciative.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
much.
for the kind words.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Lawrence. Thank you so much. Joe, did you want to?
I'd love to.
Yeah, please.
Imagine that.
It's Joe Scarella, a good friend of the Gaskebs and mine, actually.
My wife was running junior football and I was running the league, And Jimmy was coaching one team and I was coaching another team. And I'm looking at what's going on with the other team and I said, Donna, we gotta get this guy. So the next year, I drafted Jimmy and Corey and his nephew, and we were together. And from that season on, it was about 2001 till about 2015. The things that Jimmy did for junior football, fields, turf and fields, aligning youth football with the varsity program, getting the youth games at halftime of the Steeler games. Jimmy's connections and Jimmy's contacts were unbelievable. And there's probably in those 15 years about 1,000 kids that Jimmy touched on the football field as a coach and as an administrator. And the things that went those 15 years, Ron, nobody could have did it.
Yeah.
And we owe it all to you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
The youth of Bethel Park, their football program was lifted because of your influence and your savvy. And I just want to thank you for knowing you.
That's so nice.
Thanks,
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, that is so well said, and Joe, it really speaks to the many like you and so many others, certainly like Jimmy, that volunteer and coach and help our youth and our kids. It's such a really important part of our community, and that's what makes Bethel Park so great, really, at the end of the day. I see the legendary Ray Piacquadia here with us, the honor of Pasta 2. Ray, would you like to come up and say a few words? I do want to
Wait a minute, if we're both here.
I do want to say before Ray says anything, talk about a guy that gives back so much to this community. And Ray, thank you not only on behalf of myself but all the residents of Bethel Park. I mean, gosh, your name's everywhere. You're really legendary up there with Andy Amrine and John over
That
at
just
Bethel
means we're getting
Bakery.
old, that's all.
You know what I mean? But no, really,
Yeah.
thank you for all you
That's
do.
our pleasure. Well, I mean, obviously, I probably came into Jimmy's life a little later. You guys probably know him as a youngster, but like the gentleman said, the perfect word, selflessness. I mean, for what he's done for the community, with coaching kids, has no kids. You know what I mean? So usually dads get involved because they're with their own kids. This gentleman has, he has no children, and he still just gives. I mean, he gives for things that he has no recourse for him, no benefit from whatsoever. But he is out there fighting for all these good causes with just selflessness. The gentleman took the word right out of my mouth before, but that is, that's Jim Gaskin.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's so well said, Ray. And it takes people like Jimmy and people like all the people in this room, really, they're such great leaders in their own right, just like you. And thank you again for all you do, and your words are appreciated.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
All right.
So, on behalf of our community of Bethel Park, all the people here today, the past recipients of the Citizen of the Year Award, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to once again congratulate Jim Gaskeb, his family, and say, hey, thank you very much for all you've done.
Thank you, Judge, appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, nice smile on there, folks. All right.
God bless you all. Thank you. Be safe, please. Enjoy Thanksgiving.
Thanks,
Have a-